everybody? Let's see if I can turn this up. What up, peoples? Wait, who was that? Coach Pete, what up, Aries, baby? Aries Love from the Shot. What up, Shot Town? Aries Love. What's up, my Nagas? I am the Nagalorian. Not a Mandalorian. I am a Nagalorian. This is the way. What up, y'all? So sus. Wisdom repeated. What up? Anna Puma. Adrian. What's cracking? Neon Black. Chinzeria Anubis. The Queen. What up? Brother L. Wise. Man, y'all coming in fast. Brian Bennett. What up? Alicia White. Kron White. Yassine and Seagal Channel. Ishmael Timbu. Devin Coleman. DJ Sherm. Guy Bryson. What up? Christopher Ellis. What's that? T's Electrical Juices. What's up? King Darren 95. Raw Faces. Adriano Iggy. What's that? Jan Wind. I've Been Habit. That guy. Tammy Owen. What's cracking? Before K. Stephen Williams. Travis Bailey. Shark Dog. Not Snoop Dogg. Shark Dog. What up? Molly. Maul Banger. What's up? Sister Clay. History and Fitness. Wisdom Repeated. What up? Kimberly Bell. What is it? Anasia? I think that's Anasia. Love and Light, Black and Gifted. What's poppin', everybody? I am the Nagalorian. What's poppin'? Y'all see what it is. Y'all see what it is. This is the way. Even though this season of the Mandalorian is bullshit. This season is they done took Mando away and they gave us the one Mandalorian, but it's all good. But I am the Nagalorian. What's poppin', y'all? Happy Saturn's Day to the people. Happy Saturn's Day. Y'all up in here. Peace to all my Aries people too who gave me all some the solar return love last week and all through the week. Appreciate y'all. We in that Aries time, baby. We got what? 4 more days. That's it. We got 4 more days of Aries and then we out, baby. Let's enjoy it. Let's enjoy it, Aries people. Let's enjoy it. But shout out to all the other signs too. Everybody's God. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their turn. So the Tauruses are up next. Shout out to the Tauruses coming up next. Y'all the most stubborn ass people in the universe, but love you niggas. Because y'all bout it. Y'all bout that shit. So I fuck with people who bout that stuff. So shout out to the Tauruses who coming next. But it's the Aries time right now, baby. Shout out to old Mary. So let's get into, everybody, if you're waiting on your package, everybody, I sent that out. People who got their hats, your hats, you should have gotten your hats by now. If not, they're on the way. So I will have more hats in the future. I only had those prototypes made, but I will have more hats for people in the future. But if you want the Know Your Rights package, you know we're selling the Know Your Rights package. Everybody, the Police Stop Law package right here. Know Your Rights manual, public official bonds book. We got all the cards, constitutional rights cards, qualified immunity cards. All of these, you can get that for free. All of that is worth $200. This whole package is worth $200 as well. You get the flashcards. All this is worth $200. You get it for free. If you go to realnagas.com, order the Great Book of Melanin Research, the hard copy, and you will get the whole package for free. All right, everybody, make sure y'all support. And then, y'all know, hook up the homie Timmy Tight Top. He just dropped these off a little bit ago. He got bad timing, but we're going to talk about that later. But make sure you go to We Juice and hook my man up with the Juice Love. That's OUIjuice.com. Make sure, I hope a lot of y'all tasted this. And I gotten some feedback, but everybody else who's tasted the surprisingly sweet, hit me back and let me know how you love it, because I know I love it. That's the grapefruit, cantaloupe, and pear right there. Right here, this is my green juice that he always dropped through. This is the kale metabolizer, the kale, the cayenne, and all the good stuff in there. He forgot to put the label on the box, y'all, so so I can't read what's in there. But it's got the kale, the cayenne, the celery, all that good stuff to clean you out, because that's what I need. I need to get my cleanse. But then this is the other one he dropped by. This is called the Detox. It's the new joint right here. He really trying to have me praying to the bathroom gods. But this is the Detox right here. This is apple, kale, celery, cucumber, and beet. Right here, for all you guys who don't know, beet is a blood cleanser. It's a great blood cleanser. So if you're having blood problems as well, all this bullshit that's going around, the boogie V, all this stuff that's in your blood, beets are a great blood cleanser, everybody. So hook up the Detox. This is called the ABC cleanser. So get it at ouijuice.com. That's ouijuice.com. Then as well, you got all this is the anti-inflammatory shots. He dropped me off a few of them today. This is the antidote. I showed y'all this last week. It's the turmeric, black pepper, apple, ginger, lemon, and pear. This is off the chain because I be working out. Nigga, joints be on fire. So this be helping my joints out after I work out. This one right here. This is the strawberry around the world. Strawberry, good antioxidant. Strawberry, apple, ginger, and lemon. This right here. And then this one is the ginger grenade. This is apple, ginger, lemon, and pear. So thank you, Timmy Tight Top. I appreciate you, brother. Whoa. After you get the boxing, these joints be hurting, boy. Thank you, man. I need the anti-inflammatories. Appreciate you, brother. For ouijuice.com and hook up your juices. All right, everybody. Y'all ready to get into this this bull crap? My Nagalorians, all my Nagalorians, y'all ready to get into here, my Nagalorians? Because this is the way. All right, here we go. So we talked about the new religion that the world is creating, the new trans religion that the world is trying to create. Talked about that last week. Did y'all see the backlash? We talked about Budweiser and how Budweiser, they did their campaign, the campaign for that guy, Dylan Mulvaney, who supposedly transitioned a year ago and then documented every day of the transition for a year. So they gave him an endorsement deal. Man, was that the wrong thing to do? God damn, Budweiser. Because after that, Budweiser, people jumped on Budweiser. We talked about it, the backlash last week. But now, this week, we see the repercussions of the backlash because Budweiser lost close to $7 billion. Close to $7 billion with a B in stock in market cap. So that's on the stock market. That stock said, that shit went straight on down. Like, nigga, ease on down the road. So that shows that the pushback works. Pushback works, y'all. And all they had to do was just stop buying it. You don't have to keep giving these people your money when they give you products that you don't want. They're trying to change you culturally and fundamentally. It's like, nigga, salam alaikum, deuces. I'm about to fuck with this Mexican beer over here, nigga. I'm about to fuck. Give me the Dos Equis. I'll take the Dos Equis. I hope Dos Equis ain't owned by Anheuser-Busch. But give me one of them other Give me one of the beers with the Mexican hat on it. I'll take one of those. But you don't got to drink. You don't have to drink or take what they're funneling to you, because it's an agenda. They're trying to change culture through an agenda, through corporate product, right? Through the corporate campaign. This is through all these corporations now. This ESG shit is major. And the ESG is major because BlackRock and Vanguard and State Street, which are these investment corporations, these finance investment companies, which are really just banking. They're not banking, but corporate rating companies that changed their name. They used to be corporate rating companies back in the 90s when Gordon Gekko was doing it. But today they're finance investment firms, right? But these cats who invest in your corporations, they have a guidelines that they won't invest in you unless you are socially responsible, right? Environmental, social, corporate governance, right? ESG. So no matter what, even if it looks like the public doesn't want it, they still have to force it to you, because when they really go for the money, the real money that they want your money too, but the real money they get is from these investment firms and these stocks, buying up their stocks on the stock market that boosts the market cap. Like you just see, they lost $7 billion or close to $7 billion within like 4 days, less than a week. That's the real money that shows in the market cap. So that pushback right there is the main thing. So when they start losing money like that, they like, oh shit. But it works. It's starting to work. You just gotta keep doing it. And again, on social issues like this, the most people who are activists are mostly, and I'll say it all the time. I'll see mostly Caucasians be mashing on these cats about constitutional rights and in social social engineering and all that. I want us to be involved more, because a lot of times we sit back, we see it happening, and then we look back, we do this like a tennis match, seeing who gonna win. We going back and forth like that. No, get involved. You have to get involved, because then that tips the scale. Because if we're not normally involved in that type of stuff, then when we do get involved, that tips the scale. So they lost $1 billion, or $6.5 billion. Shout out to all the people who didn't buy Budweiser. But then it's going to keep getting pushed because, like I said, these corporations, Vanguard, BlackRock, and State Street, they have to keep pushing this. Now this is the plan from the World Economic Forum, right? We talked about this being the plan from the World Economic Forum. Who's on the board of the World Economic Forum? Because where's the connection? Who's on the board of the World Economic Forum? Well, one of them is the CEO, the chairman of the board on Vanguard. I mean, not Vanguard, but BlackRock. The Larry Finch, I think his name is, or Fink or Finch. But that dude is on the board of the WEF, who created this whole ESG shit. So you see how it's trickling down from the World Economic Forum to the corporations, and the corporations who are on the boards at the World Economic Forum, they're forcing other corporations below them who want this money, because they're the ones who fund all these other corporations when they go for these loans. Because just so y'all know, like places like when these movie companies, they don't necessarily fund the movies right from their own bank account. They'll create a separate entity out of a movie and make it its own entity, and then get loans for the movie, and then pay off the loans once everything is done. This is how movie making is done. So that way, the company doesn't necessarily take the full brunt of the hit. That this movie is its own entity, like its own LLC or something like that. They'll create it like that, and then have it go for its own funding and loans. So now, if these companies say, well, we're not going to fund you. We're not going to fund anything you do unless you have you got to have, diversity, equity, inclusion. We need to see more women. We need to see more black niggers. I mean black people. We need to see more Asians. We need to see more everything. So then if you don't have that, then they're not funding you. So this is what the push is about, no matter what feedback they get back from the public. Now, if it's minimal feedback, they won't change. If it's major feedback, then you'll see some change, because Budweiser went on silent on Twitter for like 2 damn weeks. Then they just tweeted, these niggas, they stepped in it again, because they just tweeted, and they tweeted a can with the rainbow. They tweeted a can with the rainbow on it. Bad move. They got shit on again. Like, nigga, you trying to after 2 weeks of getting mashed on and you losing $7 billion, your first tweet in 2 weeks, you gonna tweet the goddamn Budweiser can with the rainbow. Okay, nigga. Let's get it then, nigga. Let's tear the whole shit down then, nigga. That's what they saying. So fuck Budweiser, fuck this whole agenda that they're trying to push. They're trying to make you get with. They're trying to make the whole world get with. He says McCone checking in. He says, you talking about the president of Italy? I hope that's what you're talking about. But this is Macon. I think, is that Macon? My bad, Macon. That Macon? I said Macron. I think my bad, that's Macon. My bad, y'all. Macon checking in. My bad. But we got to push back just as hard as the Caucasian community on this, because they'll push this on our community more, because they'll mix diversity, equity, inclusion, which is the more opportunities for melanated people. They'll mix that ideology in with, oh, we need more trans and this and that, which these two ideologies they not the same. One is riding off of the energy off the other. Melanated people, we've been fighting for equality since the beginning of the shit, right? But then all these other groups, these so-called marginalized groups, which we showed you last week that they're not marginalized. Trans people killed was only 2. There's only 2 trans people was killed in the latest numbers given. Hey, Dr. Goldstein, appreciate you. Thank you. So they're not marginalized, but those communities are jumping on and riding all the groundwork that the melanated communities made through the civil rights movement and all that type of stuff. So we were way more active back then. Now, do I think activism does something? Yes and no. So activism brings attention to your cause. Now, does it really move anything as far in the system? No, you have to do the physical legal work also to change policy. You just can't be marching and, hey, we shall overcome, you did us wrong, and all that. You can't, all that is cool. You can get, it brings attention to your cause, but if you're not behind the scenes moving paperwork legally, it doesn't nothing happens. So like in Canada, we're starting to push back. All this shit is starting to get major pushback. In Canada, high school kids in Canada, they were protesting the drag show on campus. They had a drag show on campus, and the kids, who was that? Stephen Williams, appreciate you. Thank you, brother. Always doing me right. Appreciate you, man. Everybody hit the super chat. So the high school kids in Canada, they pushing back. They're like, we not with this. They did a drag show on campus, and they kicked the protesting kids out of the school. They kicked them out of the school, let the drag show go on in the school, while they kicked the protesting students, say, we don't want this shit. And then they had pictures of motherfucking drag nigga lap dancing a kid. What in the entire is going on, man? And then they'll talk about you being phobic, transphobic, and hetero and homophobic and all this and that. If you push back on that, they'll say that your ass is homophobic. Oh, Dr. Goldstein, thank you. Again, appreciate you, man. So they'll call you homo or transphobic if you don't want to date a transgender man or woman. This is real shit. They'll call you transphobic if you don't want to date a transgender woman, meaning a dude who's dressed up like a woman. If you don't like that, then there's something wrong with you. Fuck wrong with you, nigga? What the fuck wrong? You don't like this motherfucker in this dress? Huh? Motherfucker, he got size 18 feet. You don't like that? That ain't sexy to you, nigga? That nigga built like Shaquille O'Neal. You don't love that? Hell no, motherfucker. they call your ass transphobic if you don't want to date transgender women. Y'all see where this shit is going? If you don't want to date Shaquille O'Neal in a dress, there's something wrong with you, nigga. You better go get checked out, nigga. You bipolar or you got something going on up here, nigga. Nothing wrong with us. So shout out to them kids in high school in Canada for pushing back, because they're like, we're tired of it. When they were interviewing the kids, they were like, we tired of this shit being pushed on us, man. Everybody not like this. And you trying to push it on everybody to try to make it. No, everybody not like this. Stop trying to push it on us. Shout out to the Canadians. Shout out to them, man. Push back, fight back, do all you got to do. Because Nike started receiving backlash. You said LeBron in the pink dress. Nigga, you don't like LeBron in that dress, nigga? Huh? Look at that nigga's shoulders. That ain't sexy to you, nigga. That nigga can dunk on you and then take you out to dinner after. Like, nigga, if you don't get the fuck out of here, something wrong with you. That's fucking crazy. But Nike getting pushed back. People starting to push back on Nike because they promoting the bra, the sports bra, with the same guy, the Mulvaney dude, and he ain't got no breast. What? This is absolutely, it shows you how political this shit is. It shows you how political this shit is. This motherfucker is promoting sports bras to women who actually have mammaries, but he doesn't have mammaries. So how's the hell he supposed to tell a woman what bra to pick in exercise and how that's supposed to help keep these from bouncing all over the place when he ain't got none? This is so stupid. I mean, this is the level of consciousness that they think the public has. That they can just push this it is obviously stupid that a person without breast shouldn't. I mean, they know that a person without breast cannot be pushing a goddamn product for breast. That is obviously, that is a no-brainer. But they're doing it anyway because they know that most of the public is just ideologues and emotional fuckfaces, and they don't give a shit about logic. It's all about your emotions. And if I can ride the emotional wave that you on, I got your ass. So Nike's getting pushed back. Finally, it's coming from all sides now. Even the bitch ass people on the Young Turks, Cenk Uygur, bitch ass, he started to talk back against it. Like he the wokest bitch of all time. the Young Turks, the dude who created the Young Turks, he the wokest person of all time. But he's starting to push back on it. So it's coming. Then in Dutch Holland, but it's still out here, y'all. They're still trying to push it, because in Holland, they had a transgender show. This is fucked up. So in Holland, this is insane. This is a TV show in Holland, in Dutchland, whatever. The TV show has transgenders stripping in front of children, stripping naked in front of children, 10 to 12. 10 to 12-year-old children, and it's a bunch of them on stage in chairs. I seen a clip of the fucking show. There's a bunch of little kids, they tiny ass kids sitting in chairs on stage, on a little stage, and then on the other, across from them on the other stage, is a bunch of trans motherfuckers lined up, and they in robes, and then they just throw their robe off and they just buck naked in front of children, 10 to 12. They're trying to push this. This is an agenda. This is an obvious agenda they're trying to push, and it's going to keep going unless you keep pushing back. You got to keep pushing back, because this is the way. And as we showed you in the tax money from America, your American tax money is going to fund child drag story hour on the military bases. So it's everywhere, and we have to keep pushing back against it because it's obviously the fact that they showed a chart. This was on Bill Maher, but you can find this chart somewhere, or go look at the Bill Maher episode where he showed that how it can't be a natural trend because because basically like they showed like so boomers, the chart was like so boomers who considered themselves of the alphabet community, and it was like less than 1% in this range from this year's to this year's. And then the next generation was Generation X people who consider themselves in the alphabet community, and it was like 1 point something percent. And then it went to millennials, and then when in millennials there was a significant jump. It went from like 1 point some percent in Generation X to like 5% or 4 to 5% or something like that in millennial generation. Then they went to Generation Z, and that shit went from like 4 to 5% to 20%. So that shows an agenda. They're pushing. When the trend goes up like that, that shows that somebody is focused on that and pushing it to make it go up. Just like a business. If I want my sales to go up, if my sales are low, then I want my sales to go up, then I hire a marketing team. I hire a marketing team to push my shit. If I got the crappiest goddamn cookies in the universe, these cookies taste like styrofoam with with ant raisins, with ants for chocolate chips. If I'm pushing them, nigga, you want to try my ant chocolate chip styrofoam cookies? No? Oh shit. But then I hire a marketing team, and they hire a nigga with shades and a nice do and he comes out busting hip hop. Hey, styrofoam and chocolate chips, nigga, don't you know this? And they start doing that shit, and you see that constantly. Children are seeing that. They say, "Hey, mommy, you see the styrofoam ant chip guy? Can I get some styrofoam ant chocolate chips?" That's what's starting to happen. And you see that go from 4 to 5% to 20%, which means 1 out of 5 people, which is 1 out of 5 people identify as the alphabet soup people. Come on. Yo, Preston, who's that? Preston Davis, appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man. So that's what's going on with that, and we have to counteract the push. You can't be lackadaisical. We can't be apathetic. We can't be all of these things and just see it happening and then think, oh, well, it's going to eventually die out. And it ain't going to die out unless you make it die out. They're going to keep pushing this because there's less of them, far less of them than there are of you. And they want this to be the norm in society. But if it becomes the norm in society, then society ends. That's the end result in that. If that becomes the mainstream of society, then nobody's having kids, and then what? Everybody dies off. So push back. Don't have a problem. Again, don't have a problem with that community. If that's your choice, when you full adult, you do it. But when you start pushing it on the world as I need to do this, or I need to accept, I need to be able to, no, you do what you do and leave me the fuck alone and leave the kids alone. That's my shit. Appreciate you again, Preston Davis. Dr. Goldstein again, thank you, brother. So that's where we at in it. Leave the kids alone and don't push your shit on me, and we good. I ain't gonna push my shit on you. You don't push your shit on me, and we straight. All right, yo. Did y'all see the Pentagon documents that got leaked? I know y'all saw the Pentagon. Come on, y'all. Y'all saw the Pentagon document. The Pentagon documents that the 21-year-old dude who leaked the documents. Just a young cat. One of these young zillennial cats who is against the government, and it turned against him. He started leaking files months ago on his Discord channel. This nigga was just dropping secret documents in the Discord channel. Send. This nigga, oh shit, send. This nigga just post. So he was posting all this shit for months. And nobody knew this nigga was doing this. Then all of a sudden, when this nigga posted those documents on the war, I hope y'all seen the documents too, on the war, and it said that Russia was winning. and they hadn't lost. So they said like Russia had lost like 200,000 soldiers or some shit, and that's a lie. It was more like 17,000, which is still a lot of people to die. But they they inflated the numbers like crazy. So told, basically said that America has troops on the grounds over there, which we not supposed to have unless Congress declares war, or and then Biden and them goes, we're not putting troops on the ground. We're not putting troops on the ground. But when you put American troops on the ground over there, that means you are engaged in war. Nigga, you ain't a proxy. If American soldiers are over there on the ground, that means your ass, America, is engaged in war. So all this was showing all of this. I mean, so much the documents were showing. And then it also showed that the document showed that China launched a supersonic missile that was nuclear capable successfully. China is trying to ball out of control. So they don't want you to know that. They don't want you to get scared of China. But China launched a what they call it, launched a hypersonic missile that was nuclear capable, and they did it successfully. So man, we don't know what the hell is going on, but they locked that dude up. I don't know. Did y'all see the kid? They locked him up. He's bringing the actual news to the American people that we're supposed to be getting. And they went and locked that dude up as the spy. And all the other people in the news, they're not focused on the information that he brought that's in the documents. They're shitting on him because he released the information. This little 21-year-old kid who is ideological. Anyone at that age is all ideological. You don't know anything about the system. You can't be influenced by the system because you haven't been in the system yet. So everything is all ideas from other people who other people's ideas about the system. So he's ideological, thinking, America, we're supposed to be, true, we're supposed to be open with the people. No, the government is supposed to, it works for the people on this and that. And this nigga released that information and he locked his ass up. He's like, get your bitch ass. Yep, that's for you right there, nigga. Right, hey, nigga, we got a special padded room for you, nigga. So, shout out to that little young cat. I hope they don't do him wrong. I hope he gets off. There's enough backlash that comes from this that they let him out. But holy shit, it's a whole bunch of bullshit going on that they don't want us to know when it got released. Go check out the released documents from the war. About Ukraine. Oh, then some other stuff that came up about Ukraine. So Ukraine had Zelensky ordered the destruction of all papers. This is in the document. Zelensky ordered the destruction of all papers dealing with baby Biden. Because baby Biden had deals over in the Ukraine. So Zelensky he ordered the destruction of all those papers. So we're going to get into that one in a minute. But the Pentagon, other stuff, this may have bypassed you, that came out. The Pentagon, they said that the alien mothership is lurking out there in the solar system. This is the Pentagon. These niggas just, go Google this shit. Pentagon said the alien mothership is lurking. This is their word, lurking. They're lurking out there in the solar system and watching us with tiny probes. The Pentagon just said this. Go Google it right now. Bring it back up. Shout out to the Anunnakis. They up there. What up, my Anunnaki brothers and sisters? What's up, my Nagas? Shout out to them. This is the way. So, the information is starting to come out. The aliens. This is what they said. What they said. Aliens. Holy shit. They basically have told you at this point that there are aliens. They've told you in 50 million small words, yeah, there's UFO phenomenon, but we know it's not anything human, but we can't really say what it is. Well, if it's not human, what the hell is it then? If it's not human, that means it's non-human, which means alien, right? All right, boom. Now, the Pentagon, we believe aliens are lurking out there in the solar system and spying on us with tiny probes. But you ain't hear nothing about that. That news just right up under the radar. Right up under there, nigga. Hey, nigga, send that. That's one of them little. That's one of those knuckleballs. Knuckleball, baseball has no rotation on it. When you throw a knuckleball, no rotation, just it just rolled by you, and the knuckleball basically mesmerizes you because it doesn't have any rotation on it as it floats by you. So you don't really, it doesn't look the same. That's what they did with this one. They threw a knuckleball. Aliens. So shout out to the Anunnaki. We've been knowing this for, since they told us, but we know the aliens, they've been watching us. We know they got the Galactic Federation. See, they're easing us into telling us about the Galactic Federation. they easing us into this shit. So as a recap, for all of y'all who don't know, who haven't heard, the Israeli defense dude, about 3 or 4 years ago, he was an Israeli professor, highly respected Israeli professor, was in the Israeli government, like in the defense. He came out and said there's a Galactic Federation. He said that with all different types of extraterrestrials and boom, boom, boom. And then they told Trump, and then Trump went crazy and created the Space Force. This is why Trump created Space Force. He said, oh shit, it's aliens? We need space cops. Space Force. Right? And then you see the symbol of Space Force is an Egyptian, a Kemetan, with the Kemetan Namuz, the headdress. So they know. And they told us this years ago. And then, you heard about the tall Nordic aliens and all this and that type of stuff. All of that, these niggas belong to the Galactic Federation. But now the Pentagon just came out and said, hey, aliens. Aliens right there, nigga. We watching them bitch ass niggas. Just like they watching us. So, to me, they done confirmed it. It's confirmed for me. I don't know about y'all. At this point, the shit is confirmed for me. And I ain't worried about no goddamn nuclear war because the aliens ain't gonna let that shit pop off. They ain't gonna let that shit pop off. Like, nigga, you ain't the only people who need the earth. Bitch ass humans. So as soon as they launch a missile, pew, that shit gets shot down. So shout out to the aliens in the Galactic Federation. Because they're the ones, I think, who are keeping the earth safe from dumbass humans from killing each other. And when the mothership come, when it come down, and it start collecting niggas, salam alaikum, bitches. I am outie. I'm outie. Peace. Then I'm gonna get up there and start slapping niggas around for dropping me off on the fucking earth with dumbass humans. But but let's keep it pushing. So, did y'all hear that the Pandeezy's over? Pandeezy's over. First off, it's what, 528 people and 200 something likes. Come on, y'all. Every single time we got to tell y'all niggas to take off your shoes when you enter the room. Come on, man. Come on, man. We got rules. You don't track shit from outside into the house. Take your shoes off. That's hitting the like button when you enter the live stream, please, everybody. All right, so it's called House Joint Resolution number 7. Go look it up. House Joint Resolution 7. And that came out on April the 10th. And it said that the pandemic is over, everybody. Oh, the pandemic's over, everybody. It's over. They whispered that shit. they sent it through telepathy. They didn't even whisper. The pandemic's over. Yeah. They tried to send it through us through telepathy. Because they didn't announce that shit. I didn't see no announcement. I didn't see none of that. Thank you again, Dr. Goldstein. Hook me up today. Brother, appreciate you, man. So the Pandeezy is over. According to House Joint Resolution number 7, they put an official end to the Pandeezy, but they didn't tell us. they didn't tell us. Why didn't they tell us? Because they're going to keep acting like it's still going and still using the same goddamn authority that they acquired from the Pandeezy, still using it like, because you don't know anything, because nobody does any research. They don't know the law. We don't know law and government. We don't do any of that shit. So how would we know if they ended the Pandeezy unless they announced it on fucking MTV or fucking or ABC or some shit, which they not gonna do. So they know we wouldn't know. So they'll keep implementing policies and everything like the Pandeezy's still going and telling you that it's your duty to abide by these policies for your fellow Americans and all this and that. When we're not in the Pandeezy no more. It's all over. It's done. Everything that was done in the vein or in the in the guise of protecting Americans because of the Pandeezy, that shit is done. But they didn't tell your ass. They didn't tell you. And then we talked about this a little bit ago, that Russia, as the Pandeezy's going, Russia, this is a lot of reasons why all this stuff is starting to die down. Russia released documents that showed, because this is why they didn't want Russia also raiding the biolabs over in Ukraine, because they were going for all the information that the biolabs had, right? Bio research facilities. Okay, YouTube? Bio research facilities. So Russia, they released the documents that show the DOD, that's the Department of Defense, funded the Boogie V. They called it the COV-19, right? They funded, this is in the document, it's called this, they funded the COV-19, right? Now, when did they fund it? They funded it in November of 2019, a month before anybody even heard of the Boogie V. And it wasn't even called COV-19. Then it got 19. It didn't get that name until February of 2020 is when it was officially designated CO19 by the cat dog cat. So in November, though, of 2019, there's a document that shows, and what's the name of the company? It was called Labyrinth Global Health. That's the name of the company that the DOD funded. Go look this up. It's called Labyrinth Global Health. And it was like close to $300,000. They funded. Now, who was Labyrinth Global Health working with? Who was they working with? They was working with a company called Eco Health Alliance. Does anybody know who Eco Health Alliance is? Do y'all remember that? I bet y'all don't. Eco Health Alliance is the company that the NIH gave a grant to do research in the Wu-Tang lab in China. To do the gain of function research. So NIH gave a grant to Eco Health Alliance. Eco Health Alliance then used that money to fund the Boogie V research in the Wu-Tang lab in China, right? And so this company that the DOD The DOD funded Labyrinth Health. What is it? Hold on. Labyrinth. Man, where I lose? Labyrinth Global Health. The DOD funds Labyrinth Global Health, who works with Eco Health Alliance, who's getting funded by the NIH. The DOD is funding Labyrinth. You see, NIH and the DOD funded this whole shit. They funded this whole shit on these two sides. Labyrinth Global Health, Eco Health Alliance. Both of them got health. Motherfucking bullshit. They got health in their goddamn name. Nigga, you ain't about no goddamn health. But one company funded by the DOD, the other funded by the NIH. One company, then check where they funded it. The company, excuse me, the company, Labyrinth Global Health, was based in Crazy. So, look at it. Crazy in China. This shit is, boy, tell you that we're in the apocalypse, the unveiling, the uncovering. They can't hide none of this shit now. Most of this stuff back in the day wouldn't have come out for like 20, 30 years. Now, boom, 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 boom. It's bam. You can't hide it. Now, guess who Labyrinth Global Health, guess who they were also in collaboration with? You want to know? I'm going to tell you. You want to know? I'm going to tell you. I know you want to know. They was in collaboration with a company called Metabiota. Metabiota. That's a great name. Metabiota. Metabiota is also a Crazy company. It's also a Crazy company. Now, guess who started Metabiota in Crazy? I think y'all know where I'm going with this. That would be Crackhead Biden. Crackhead Baby Biden. Or Baby Crackhead Biden, whichever one you want to put it. Baby Crackhead Biden. Conceptual Elixirs. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. So, Metabiota, they're a company that tracks outbreaks of V outbreaks around the world. You know, bacterial, viral, but all of that's what this company does. Metabiota, a company started in 2014 by Baby Biden. That company was working with Global Health Alliance that was funded by the DOD to fund COVID-19 research in November of 2019, months before it was even called COVID-19. It was designated COVID-19 by the cat dog cat, or a month before anybody had even heard about the virus at all, period. So your boy Beezy, Let's Go Brandon, your boy Let's Go Brandon, this nigga is behind, he's a major player behind all of this shit. Him and Baby Biden. This shit is all intertwined. Him, Fauci, Baby Biden, all these niggas is in on it. All of these niggas is in on it. This shit is crazy. All of them were in on this shit. So, and that's when the documents, there's a document that came out that they still have. This document wasn't destroyed. It's a document from Zelensky, got the Ukrainian stamp on it and everything, sealed stamp. This nigga ordered all the destruction of the information or the documents that related to Metabiota and baby Beezy, crackhead Beezy. They said they ordered them burned. And then there's a video of them burning all the documents. Burning all the documents. So that take no connection from Biden. What? What company? I don't know what you niggas is talking about. That's what Biden doing. Right? The company, but you great. I don't know nothing, my nigga. I don't know shit. Don't come to me talking to me about nothing. I don't know. Hey. Hey, Biden. This nigga covering his ass pretty good, ain't he? Then you see why he's sending $100 billion over to Ukraine because Zelensky is holding the whole shit. Zelensky can be like, hey, this bitch ass nigga started the whole Pandeezy. He got all. You think that Zelensky burnt the real documents? You think this nigga don't got a copy of them documents in his goddamn safe, nigga? For if so anything, hey nigga, if I see a CIA fucking spook killer assassin nigga, if I see anybody, I better not get one goddamn motherfucking assassination attempt on me, nigga. Because if I do, them documents is on you. Them documents is on the internet. So Zelensky is holding that over Biden and them. That's why these niggas won't stop the damn war. So yeah, thank y'all, man. Y'all see what's popping. So then, did y'all see? Speaking of Let's Go Brandon, did you see the video of this nigga scratching his neck? And it looked like it was a mask. The mask bunched up because he scratched his neck, and then the shit bunched up like this and didn't release, and then it came down. It came back all slowly and shit. Did y'all see that? I know you saw it. It's all over the conspiracy the conspiracy tube. But so that happened. That nigga did that shit and it came back. Now, holy shit. That shit did look like a mask. It damn sure did. It looked just like that shit. I was like, that nigga scratched and that shit looked like the mask came up and slid back down into his shit, right? He said he a whole lizard. It could be. Now, if we're logical though, I have to offer another explanation. That the nigga's old. The nigga's low, and he's old. And when you get older, you lose something called elastin in your body. It's a protein that makes your skin elastic. It's why your skin, when you squeeze the skin, it bounces back. It goes like that. Collagen and elastin is what make your skin bouncy and buoyant and shit like that. And so, and elastic. So when you get old, you lose a lot of elastin and collagen. So it could be that. As a scientist, we got to offer that explanation. We got to offer both sides. We got to do the balance. If you're a true scientist, you got to balance it out. If you're a true person of knowledge, you got to weigh it out. Now, having said all that, that nigga's an alien. God damn it, that motherfucker's a reptilian. He from the planet Zeta Reticuli. That nigga got all them goddamn alien eggs in the goddamn White House in the basement. That nigga, That's what most of you conspiracy theory niggas think, huh? He got a bunch of alien eggs down in the basement of the White House, and this nigga sit on them, and he motherfucking make them warm to hatch on the world. Hey, it could be. We don't know. We did see the mask, or allegedly the skin mask do that. We don't know. But it's highly likely. It's highly likely. Then, speaking of China, a while ago, did you see that China, they had a new experiment where they put the mRNA, in the milk. They put it in the milk. It was able to enter some type of cell, or not necessarily a cell. I forgot what it was. It entered something. It entered something within the milk that was able to then be bypassed through to an actual mammal, which is the rats. So they fed it to the rats, and then the rats were able to digest the milk and then became immunized. So they say. So from cupcake to the milk, they put it in the milk, not into the cow. They put it into the milk. And the milk was able to absorb it somehow, gave the milk to the rats, to the mice, and then the mice became immunized from that, right? So they like, yeah, nigga. Nigga, we about to do this shit all day now, nigga. We about to put mRNA and everything, nigga. Popcorn, chocolate bars, nigga. We about to do it all. So that's the new technology. Now, is it new? Hell no. They've been doing this shit for a minute. Because the NIH, they just came out and they said they're working on putting the mRNA, the cupcakes, the Myrna cupcakes, into the food supply. The NIH just said they want to do that as well. Now, your boy Fauci, he not there no more, but I promise you, his wife is still there. His wife didn't retire. She's still the head of ethics for the NIH. So, and then the person who took his place he's that person's mentor, and he had that person involved in all the shit that was going on. So you don't think that person is still the person who came after Fauci is running the same policies as Fauci? Fauci got the goddamn goods on that nigga. He know where the bodies is buried on this nigga. So Fauci still running it. He just not there, and his wife. So they're working on putting the cupcakes in the food supply. They're already trying to do it in the milk. Now, a lot of stuff that we have in our supermarkets, they said, because China is saying that they've just found this out, but logic would say they've been doing this. And so a lot of the food you get in the supermarket, you don't know where it comes from, because they took away the law that says that they had to label where the food comes from, if it comes from another country. So now in the supermarkets, they got food that could be from China, and you have no idea where that shit came from. And China's absolutely loading their shit up with this, because they can do so because of, they're a totalitarian government. They don't get backlash from the citizens that that American government would get. So they just said that none of the fact that they told you, meaning they've been doing it. That's usually what that means. They don't tell you and then, no, they don't tell you that we can do it first and then, no, they do it. They can do it first and do it. And then they come out and say, oh, well, we've been doing it. Anybody grow any arms off their back? Huh? No? Anybody grow any toes on their chest? No? Okay. All right, we can tell everybody we can do this now. As long as they did the experiment, nigga, nobody grew any arms out of their necks or eyes on their back or some shit like that. They like, we good? We good? Hey, what happened to that experiment? You supposed to be running an experiment 3 months ago. What happened to that? Well, we ain't gonna. Oh, really? Oh, shit. All right, we ain't gonna include his experiment, but everybody else, y'all good? Okay. And then they tell you that they can do it when they've been doing it the whole time. Because an investigation by attorney Tom Renz, that's R-E-N-Z, you can Google Tom Renz, but it's Thomas Renz. So Thomas Renz, he showed they already been doing it. He has an investigation that shows they've already been doing this in our meat supply, mostly beef and pork. So if y'all still eating beef and pork, y'all eating pork chops and ham sandwiches and fucking rib tips, hey. Y'all eating fucking, hey, nigga, I know pork ribs is good as shit too. I miss them. I ain't had pork ribs in 30 years. But goddamn it, I still won't eat them. Because goddamn. Man, y'all see what they doing? So then he said, attorney Tom Renz, he said, because of this, because they didn't tell anybody, they found a bunch of loopholes in these laws that enabled them to be able to push it through. They said there's going to be trillions of dollars in lawsuits that's about to come out from this shit. Trillions of dollars in lawsuits. So if y'all been eating and it's not organic, it's not local, it's not organic, you probably been dosed with some cupcake juice. Nigga, Cupcakes got juice? Yep. Cupcakes got juice now, nigga. You got a little bit of the cupcake juice in your in your burger, in your beef burger. So while they're doing that, another company called Metacago, like Meta and Chicago, put together Metacago, they're working on plant-based Boogie V. They called it a plant-based Boogie V. They called it the vegan, not Boogie V, but a cupcake, excuse me, plant-based cupcake. So the Boogie V is the actual V that made everybody sick. The cupcake is what the government gave you to cure yourself, right? So this company is working on a plant-based cupcake. They call it the vegan cupcake. All right, not cupcakes made of quinoa and tofu, which is the real vegan cupcake, which is disgusting. But actual plant-based cupcakes. So what they said, how they do this is, so what other people think this is so some people, the conspiracy people, they think that they're creating a cupcake. So that they think they're trying to get you to take it through saying that it's plant-based, right? So that they're giving you the same cupcake, but it's plant-based. But what's actually happening is they, excuse me, because they actually haven't found the real Boogie V, right? The Boogie V has never been isolated. Actually, they never actually found the V in a person, a sick person or otherwise. Never, they haven't found it. What it is, it's a computer-generated composite off of information that they have, right? And so everything that you see, and every time you see the picture of the seat, of that with the spikes on it, that's a computer-generated image of what they believe what it's supposed to be, right? So this company is taking that computer information, that computerized composite of a V, excuse me. They're taking the computerized composite of a V, and then they're feeding it into the computer. And so they're going to take that and then put that sequence into the plant. And so the plant then will produce a cupcake on its own based off the information. So the difference is, it's not being the new plant-based cupcake won't have any of the other chemicals, the graphene oxide, all of that stuff that the PF Heiser Bakery and all these companies are putting into the artificial one. So they're saying, like, look, all right, well, we come in and we're going to make one where the plant makes it. It's not, it only has natural ingredients in it so that you can take this. So will it work? Who knows? Who knows? But this is what they're trying to say. So we're getting plants to produce the mRNA from the composite computer sequence that they have of the virus. So is this a new way to try to get people to take it? Who knows? Now, but again, if a plant is making it, it's not going to make it with the same jacked up chemicals that the main company is making it with. And then it came out that of 100% of the American adverse effects that happened from the cupcakes, it only came from 5% of the cupcake doses that were distributed in America. And they were able to trace most of those, and most of those went to like 5 different Republican states. So 5 different Republican states got the most tainted cupcake juice. And that's where you see a lot of that coming from. So they're trying to get everybody to be on this in the future. Which is, they're trying to get everybody to move to this, taking cupcakes, this new world. They want, because every time they come out with a new cupcake, they want you to feel comfortable taking it, because we're the government. We know what's good for you. Trust us. So then because the other news that came out was, they said that the bird flu is only 4 mutations away from affecting humans. This is what they're trying to scare the shit out of niggas again. The bird flu is only 4 mutations away. Only 4. Only 4. Now, those 4 mutations could take hundreds of years or thousands of years. They don't tell you that. That those 4 mutations, it don't just happen in 4 days and 4 weeks. Nigga, we 4 weeks away of being the bird flu jumping on us. But they come out with we're 4 mutations away, everybody. Just 4. And nigga, them 4 mutations could take thousands of years before that shit affect you. Dion Spivey, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. So don't be scared. But again, this is we want to push us, everybody, into a cupcake world order where everybody is taking the cupcake and you don't question it. That's the main thing. They don't want you to question the cupcakes that are given, when you should absolutely be questioning any goddamn chemical made in a goddamn lab from a for-profit company. That means, nigga, our goal is to not, nigga, we make money with you being sick. So then why would a goddamn for-profit company make anything to heal you and take away their goddamn client base? That don't make any goddamn sense. That makes absolutely no goddamn sense. Nobody in business would ever do anything like that. So even computers, even electronic products are made with something called planned obsolescence, where it starts to break down after a few years. Anybody with an old ass iPhone knows. Look, this is an iPhone 8. I'm using the iPhone 8 right here. This is the newest one that you can get that takes the new iOS software. Right? Anything older than this, a 7, you can't use 7s on down with any of the new iOS software. So, but even this motherfucker is starting to click and break and run slow and all that, even with the iOS updates. They're trying to get this out of planned obsolescence. Nigga, why you still fucking with that 8? Nigga, we got the 14 out, nigga. You still on 8? Nigga, we can't make no money with that shit, nigga. You still got to go through the 9, the 10, 11, the 12. Nigga, fuck. Get this fucking phone out this nigga hand. So it's starting to, it starts to mess up. So that's what that should be. Then in the crypto game, the CBDC news, did y'all see? There's a clip of there's 2 Russians. Russians named, they play practical jokes. Right, so these Russians is named Vovan and Lexus. They have a YouTube channel. Go check out the YouTube channel, Vovan and Lexus. Right, these niggas got the scoop of a lifetime on this prank. This was the prank of a lifetime. I don't know if y'all see it, but if you'll see it if you go to their YouTube channel. They played a prank on this lady called Christine Lagarde. She's the president of the Euro Central Bank. The Euro Central Bank. She's over all of it, right? She's like the Fed, like the Federal Reserve over here. She's the president of the Fed over there, right? So they got her on an interview. One of the dudes was acting like he was Zelensky. Yes, he was talking with the traders, and I love Bitcoin, and I want to talk about the central banking digital currencies for my country, and we want to implement over here. And he's talking like that, with the sound just like the nigga. Got her to spill the beans. Got her to spill it on the central banking digital currency. She said that they're planning to launch the central banking digital currency in October in Europe for the euro, right? So they got her to admit that the digital currency will give the government control over how citizens spend the money. She wasn't supposed to say that. She thought she talking to Zelensky, the president of Ukraine. This nigga thought, yeah, I love the Bitcoin. You know, I bought some Bitcoin when it first come out, and I want to, so I like the crypto. He's talking like that and he getting her to spill the whole shit, right? Because she think he trying to implement a CBDC for Ukraine. So she's spilling the whole thing. Said, yep. So basically, he said, how are you going to implement it in Europe when people don't want that? And she said, well, you know, the people in the Netherlands, if you have the Netherlands, they want it very much. These are people who don't live in the densely populated areas, in the city populated areas. She's saying that they want it. You know, the people who live out in these rural areas, they want it. Then she said, the young people, if you ask the young people, they want it. So they're hitting people. They're hitting people who are way out, who don't have many resources, like out in these far out places. And then they're talking to the millennials. The millennials, you know, they offer every fucking thing that the government, under government control. I've never seen a goddamn group of people who are for government control like these new zillennials, not millennials, but zillennials, and millennials too. But the new Generation Z people, them motherfuckers, they want government control like I've never seen before. So she said that they want it. She came out and said, so but she knows that the rest of the people who actually know about government and rights, they don't want this shit. No, none of us want that shit. So she said, so it's gonna, because he said, so it's gonna give you control. So he came out and said, well, they don't want it because it's gonna be control over the people. And then she said, well, yeah. She came out, she said, well, right now, and I didn't know this, and then people in Europe, y'all need to check this. She said, right now, there's a $1,000 cash euro spending limit right now. So if you're in Europe and you guys are using the euro, you can't spend more than $1,000 in cash without you going on something called the gray list. She called it the gray list. What is the gray list? The gray list is for people who, is a list of people who do illegal transactions or transactions that aren't sanctioned by the government policy. So basically, you go on the black market list. you go on the terrorist black market list. It's called the gray list. Look it up. Punch that shit up in Google. It's called the gray list. She said that if you spend more than $1,000 over in Europe right now, you go on the gray list, and then you risk getting fined or arrested. You can get arrested for spending more than $1,000 cash euro on a transaction. If I bought a car for $2,000 and I paid $2,000 cash euro for it, I can go to jail for that if I'm in Europe. Hey, Euro niggas, y'all better. That's why Britain did the Brexit. They was like, fuck that. Britain was like, we ain't none, fuck that shit. And the British people got out of that. But Europe, people in Europe, that's Germany, Italy, all the rest of y'all niggas, all of y'all are on that, and they got a $1,000 spending limit, which sucks. You can go to jail. So, and then she said she's doing it because she doesn't want Europe's money to be controlled by a hostile entity or a foreign corporation. This is what she said. I don't want Europe's money to be controlled by a hostile entity or a foreign corporation, somebody like, Microsoft or, that's some of Timmy Tot Type's anti-inflammatory. So she doesn't, so that's somebody like Apple or somebody like that. She doesn't want them to create an alternative currency that takes Europe by storm and everybody's invested in that currency. So this is her reasoning. But she didn't tell you that the Euro Central Bank is also a private corporation. We don't want other private corporations other than us. We should be the only corporation making money out here, my nigga. Hey, nigga, we the old niggas on the street, nigga. Nobody should be able to get in this game but us. That's what she's saying. So, and we talked about this last week. The Federal Reserve, all these central banks are private corporations that you can push back on. They have to have contracts with you in order to enact any policy upon you. So she said also that if they did do the digital currency, it may have a $400 threshold. So basically, so if you spend $0 to $400, there won't be any limitations, any restrictions. But if you spend over $400, anything over $400 will have restrictions on the money. Meaning you can't, you can only spend it for this. You may only be spend it for that. You can't spend it outside of this jurisdiction over here. You can't do that. Yo, Roderick Rose, appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man. So that's the restrictions if you go over $400, which is crazy shit because America trying to introduce that shit. And so because the Bank of International Settlements, or the Bank for International Settlements, which is the main central bank of everybody, it's the #1 central bank, is sovereign. This is a central bank that's sovereign. It's its own country, y'all. Go look up the Bank for International Settlements. This motherfucker is its own country. It's sovereign. So this is the bank that makes up all the policies for all the other central banks down low, right? And so they called it Project Icebreaker. Go look this up. Go Google it. They typed this called Project Icebreaker. And this is the plan from the Bank of International Settlements to implement a central banking digital currency around the world, a world central banking digital currency. That's what's getting ready to pop off. Yo, Bio 1656, thank you. You say, what about gold backs? Yeah, now, oh yeah, so get gold. Get gold. I mean, gold will always be worth something in as far as we have a civilization. gold, excuse me, gold will be always worth something as long as we have a civilization. Especially to the so-called, the upper class elite cats, they'll always want gold. So they're trying to buy a lot of gold to back CDCs. So I absolutely get gold right now, everybody. Y'all see gold is going up like crazy in the stock market. So try to get gold as much as you can. Also get cash. Get cash. Now, what they may try to do when they flip the system is like they did back in the day when they did the banking emergency in America. What they did was they made, if you kept gold, so they confiscated all the gold, right? So they said if you got gold, you got a month, I think it was a month to 2 months to turn in all your gold, and then you got back these notes, these reserve notes or whatever, right? So if you didn't do it, then you would either get fined or go to jail. There was a penalty, a fine, or you could go to jail for not turning over your gold. So that's probably, if they flip the system, that's probably what they'll do with Federal Reserve notes. All right, Federal Reserve notes are no more, and just to discourage you from using them as a medium of exchange between ourselves and smaller communities between ourselves, they're gonna try to outlaw it and try to tell you those Federal Reserve notes are property of the private bank called the Federal Reserve, and they're confiscating their property. And if you use their property without their permission, it can be deemed as theft. You see how this is how they get the private corporation thing going in. If you use the Federal Reserve notes without authorization from the corporation that owns them, that can be considered theft and fraud and all the other things that they can attach to it. So that's probably what they're going to try to do with the CBDCs, with the central bank and digital currencies, or the Federal Reserve notes when they call in the money. So I say still go get Federal Reserve notes. Still hold on to them, smallest denominations as possible. They said they had about 50%, or it was like 500. What was the number? Because people started hearing about all these bank crashes, right? So they had something like, out of all the banks total, there was something like billions. This is in the last month, billions and billions of dollars. People have went to the banks and withdrew all their money out of the bank. Like 50-something% of the cash that the banks were holding on to, that people went and withdrew their money. They like, we ain't trusting this shit. Like, fuck this shit, nigga. This shit's about to fall. This is about to crash. Like I've been telling y'all, go get some cash. Go get some cash. He says, a well is like throw. Y'all talking about. So, again, go get cash. Go get small denominations, gold and silver. Have it and just keep it because they're about to do something with the system. And it's coming probably around 2025. Between 2025 and 2030 is when the big smash down is coming. So don't act like you wasn't warned or you didn't know and all the rest of that. You know, you had forewarning. So right there, please do something about it. And also make sure you shore up your food supply because they're going after all the foods. Like we just said, they're putting all the cupcakes in the food now, but they're also taking away the food supply. 3,000 farms in the Netherlands were taken over by the government. 3,000 farms. That's crazy. 330 farms being taken over by the government is crazy. 300, then fucking let alone 3,000. So they're trying to take over the food supply network, basically. A lot of those countries, a lot of people in America, you guys don't know, because we do have a lot of local American farms, but a lot of our stuff that we have in these supermarkets come from over there, are imported. Ukraine, most of the wheat comes from Ukraine. Did y'all know that? Russia has a lot of wheat product too, but Ukraine mostly. So you got to understand that when these farms are failing or crashing all in the other countries, that's going to affect the food supply all over the world, but also in America. Even though we have local farms here, which is where you should be shopping from anything you get. Local farms is the way to go. This is the way. The Nagalorian, be a Nagalorian is the way. Naga means God. For everybody y'all who don't know, who are new people in here, Naga is God. So you're not a Mandalorian, you're a Godalorian. And this is the way. So get your food, shore up your food supply, start mini gardens. Have you guys seen it's like a garden post or something like that, and you can plant, it's like almost 6 feet tall, and you can plant different things in it. It has like little circles in each one. You can plant different fruits and plants and all that shit. It's like a fucking vegetable garden that grows up. Have y'all seen that? They sell it on Instagram. I saw it because it marketed to me on an Instagram video that somebody sent me. I'm watching the fucking video, and before the video, it had that. It had that shit on it. I'm like, what the hell is this? So you can get your own gardens. Start doing your own food, everybody. Please start getting your own food. I don't know what the hell that name is called, but it's actually more than one company that does this, that does these tower gardens, and it's all sustained within itself. You plant the garden, it feeds it the water, and it gives it the right ecosystem, all of that by itself. You ain't got to do shit. Just have it in the corner. It's like motherfucking furniture. It's like a statue. You put it in the corner, do it, give it whatever it needs. You go and pick your nice little tomatoes or your cucumbers, all that. So let's get smarter about our food supply, everybody, because they jacking up the farms. Then, on the last couple of notes, this hit me real quick. This little bit of information that came out. The study came out that said men with higher libido or sex drive are 70% less likely to die young than their less sexual counterparts. So, all you little young niggas out there, you out there trying to get your go on, baby. Do you do, baby? You live longer. So the study says. I'm just going with the science. So the science says if you like that, you like going out there, you like chasing booty, it's going to make you live longer. Hey, don't talk to me, y'all. Talk to the science. So, is anybody you got the higher sex drive, apparently, it makes you live longer. So, men, you tell the women, hey, look, God damn it, I'm a scientist. It's all about the science. You heard Dr. Fauci? You question me, you're questioning the science. So, I'm all about the science. That's all I'm about. So, and that's true. Go look it up. Go Google it. 70% less likely to die. Holy shit, that's a lot. Like, hold up, wait a minute. If I tap more booty, I'll live 70% longer? Like, nigga, what? Hey, saddle up. Now, why are men living longer? What is the reason? What's the reason that men live longer who have higher sex drives? What's the deal? Is it because are men drawing life force from women when we having sex? When a woman orgasms? Is that life force that a man is drawing into him that makes him live longer? Who knows? But I would test it if I was you, man. Make them orgasm as much as possible. You may live to be 3,075. Who knows? Hey, nigga, put more focus into doing that. You may live longer. And you're welcome, women. See, it's all about it. We all see if that's a mission, women is good for you too. So that's what the science says. Eagle eyes readings. Thank you. Appreciate. Whoa, man, appreciate that. Thank you. He says, use neem cake and or mosquito bits to control gnat larvae in the soil. Okay. She said neem cake and or mosquito bits to control gnat larvae in the soil. Y'all heard it. Eagle eyes readings. Y'all heard. But if you tap more booty, men, this is for the men. I didn't see no study on the ladies. Sorry. But if we go with the theory that women having more orgasms in sex gives life force to the man, then this works out for both of us. That's what I think. This work out for both of us, ladies. This work out for everybody. You see, I'm an equal opportunity employee. Shout out to the scientists. But just thought that was very interesting and that somebody may find that useful. Then the last little bit of good information of mythical information, not mythical, but it's just I don't know, you call it what you want. I call it us being real dope when we was on our game. We're nowhere near this now, but back when we was on our game and we made the pyramids, do y'all know that the calculation for the speed of light, so if you do the calculation for the speed of light, how many of y'all heard this? The calculation for the speed of light, if you take that, the calculation for the speed of light, you put it as a coordinates in Google Maps, as latitude and longitude, you take it, put it in Google Maps, guess where that comes out? Guess where those coordinates, the speed of light as a coordinates, guess where that comes out to? The very top, the apex of the Great Pyramid of Giza. How dope was we? Holy shit. The very top of the pyramid, the apex, the capstone. That's where that comes out. That's awesome. The speed of light that they calculate. First of all, you know, everybody, you should know that the pyramid is smack dab in the middle of the earth, of the landmass of the earth. Smack dab in the middle. And perfectly aligned to north, south, east, and west. Perfectly. It is smack dab in the middle of the planet. But then when you find out that the tip of the Great Pyramid is the calculation of the speed of light, holy shit, come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. The speed of light, these are power towers. These are power towers. These are generators, energy generators. That's why there's no tombstones in the Great Pyramid. no hieroglyphics and all that. No, they call it the king's tomb and all that. No, that ain't no damn. It's one little sarcophagus thing in there, black thing. To me, that's where the black little sarcophagus thing that's laying in the Great Pyramid. Again, anything melanin, it enhances vibration. It absorbs vibration and frequency. Anything dark absorbs all vibration and frequency. That's why the whole room is black. It's like dark marble, and the sarcophagus is stone. So you lay in that, and you become an instant an antenna. That's what that shit is for. You become a super antenna when you lay in that shit, beaming your consciousness out or receiving energy back in. That's what that shit is about. Then the capstone is the measurement of the speed of light. Come on, y'all. We are light. Y'all heard Yoda? Light beings are we, not this crude matter. You are light beings. So boom, that shit was just so awesome to me when I just saw that. As absolutely incredible that we were on that type of science back in the day, that we understood all of this and we put it in those, and we still don't know, again, the complete meanings of the pyramids. We can, there's a lot of symbolism in them, but we don't know all of it. It's so much symbolism embedded within symbolism, embedded within symbolism, embedded within science, I mean, it's it's fucking incredible. And that hit me, and I was like, oh snap, we got to tell the people about that. But that means we need to get back on our game. When we were masters of science, masters of it. All of this science, all the information, knowledge came from us, the ancient cultures. So unless we get back on that, we're going to still be stuck. But we're moving back into that with the understanding of who we used to be. But if the system, the elites in the system have their way, we will stay slaves till the beginning of time. So please make sure you get over here, you get your Know Your Rights manual, please. Make sure let's get back on the game, everybody. Know Your Rights Foundation.org if you want to volunteer. We're teaching you the law for free. For free. You just have to, whenever you finish, you get your certification in basic police stop law, then you have to go back out and teach it to the public. But we're teaching you the law for free. But this is what we have. Know Your Rights manual right here. Again, public official bonds book. These are the tools that you need to fight back against the police. This right here teaches you what they can and they can't do at police stops, traffic stops, and Terry stops. And then if they do violate your rights, you go after their bond. I read this last week. I read the Virginia bond law last week. If y'all didn't see that, go back and fast forward to the end of last week's video where I read off the Virginia bond law, and it said anyone injured by a police officer on duty or unlawfully excuse me, a police officer unlawfully violates your rights or is injured by anyone on duty or injured by a police officer on duty, you can place a claim on their bond. It said that. So every state has these laws. So but you have to go look for them. These are the overall state laws that will lead you into the smaller bonds. This is the overall bigger bond laws in the state, the statutes for bonds, and then they're going to lead you to the smaller ordinances for the bonds that you'll find in your state. So right here, these are the two things that you use to armor up right here. And then I told you about the constitutional rights card right here. You keep this in your car. When you get pulled over, you say, "Officer, I don't answer questions." You hand them your driver's license and these card right here. This tells the police officer what they can and they can't do at the police stop and what will happen if they violate your rights. Right here's that qualified immunity notice card that lets them know they lose qualified immunity, which is the thing. It's the armor that the Supreme Court gave them whenever they violate your constitutional rights and they don't know they violated your constitutional rights. But if you inform them that they're in danger of violating your constitutional rights and you do it before they do it and you get it on camera, then they lose the qualified immunity. So this card right here lets them know that. And then And then this right here, you took these 3 cards right here. This is the notice that has all those laws that back that. And you keep these 3 things in your car. You get pulled over. You hand these to the police officer. You say, I don't answer questions, and let them read that. Boom, right here. And just a tip, everybody, when you get pulled over by the police, you don't have to roll your window down. That's not a law. The law usually says that you have to display or show your information to the police. So rolling your window down gives them the leeway or the gateway into saying that they smell weed in the car. That's why they want you to roll your window all the way down. You can either crack your window or you can place the information up to the window like that. Press it, and they can put a flashlight on it and read it. You don't have to give police officers your driver's license. You don't have to do that. Now, if they want you to step out of the car, because they are legally able to ask you to step out of the car at a lawful traffic stop, then you have to do that. Get out of the car fast, close the door quick, and you lock the car. But don't let police officers have any leeway into your car, because that's when they come up with the bullshit probable cause. I smelled weed and all this and that type of stuff. So again, fight back, know your rights. We're coming into a police state. We talked about this. They're drumming up more police at this time. They had the defund the police thing. Now all these Democrats are talking about refunding the police. That's their big campaign. More police, more police, more police, more police. That's the campaign right now. They're not going to get elected if they go on that defund the police thing again. So now they're ramping up, fund the police, fund the police. So what do you think that means for you if you don't know the law? So again, get in there, smash out, and boom, know your rights. And then we still have, for them coming for they coming for you in the cupcakes. So we got the cupcake cards, religious exemption. You can take this anywhere. This is for any business or any employer right here. This is more so for this is the religious exemption. And if you exempt, if you're against if you're adverse to abortions, so you can tell them that because the cupcake has aborted fetal Charmin within the cupcake, that is against your religious beliefs. Now that's for your business, or that's for any business that you want to go into that want to keep you out because they want you to be cupcaked, or this is for your employer. This one right here is just for your employer. In case your employer tries to force you to get cupcake, then they're liable for every second the cupcake remains in your bloodstream. So it's going to be in, excuse me. Excuse me. It's going to be in your bloodstream for 24 hours a day. So that means they're liable for the 24 hours that the cupcake is in your bloodstream. Right here is all of the adverse effects from the cat, dog, cat. And then all of them right here. So we have these. You can get these at the Know Your Rights Foundation. .org. These are individual. I don't have these on the Real Naggas website, but they also come with these notices here and the P.F. Heiser Bakery report right here. This report says that 1,223 people kicked the bucket in the first 4 days. This is their own clinical report. So then no one can argue with you when you say that you don't want to take it because of the adverse effects. You have proof right here. All right. And then you get the police stop law package for free. Oh, we got the cards. We got all the flashcards right here. The two government cards, government flashcards right here. And oops, 2 government flashcards, 2 police stop flashcards. Everybody, we out here trying to help y'all learn your rights so that you don't get smashed on by the popo. So I'll give it to you for free if you get the great book of melanin research. That's on realnaggas.com. You get the police stop law package for free. Only 1 deck of flashcards, though. Sorry. You only get 1 deck of flashcards. But, hey, that's $200 value that you get for free when you order the hard copy. So get out there and support. Make sure y'all support Timmy Tight Top and the Weed Juice, too. Right here. I'm about to down this and then have to stay close to the bathroom all day. But thank you, Timmy Tight Top. Appreciate you for keeping me healthy. Right here, weedjuice.com. That's OUIjuice.com. Make sure y'all get them. And then make sure y'all get the little tune. This is the anti-inflammatory shots that they got for you right here. I'm about to hook these up too. Appreciate everybody. Thank everybody, all the moderators in there. Thank everybody for hitting the super chat. I'm about to get out of here and get me some food. I'm starving, y'all. Goddamn, I'm hungry as hell. And yes, it's a turkey burger. So Appreciate y'all. I'll let y'all in a minute.